You better take a look at this.
So in most countries, being there illegally will just get you slapped with a civil offense. But in some countries, they will kidnap and torture you. Then, when you send a rescue mission in, just know that there's a not zero chance that there's a planet-hopping murder alien waiting to kill you. And this is one of those stories. Here's Predator.
We're all gonna die.
So we meet Dutch, a major in the army whose team's been airlifted to the jungle to rescue a politician and his portable secretary who got taken hostage when they went into a country they weren't welcomed in.
It's a real nasty habit you got there.
He asks why they have to do it, like getting orders isn't something they're used to or some shit, but it turns out his friend Dylan requested him. Then Dylan, who works for the CIA, asks Dutch why he didn't do this other job. So he reminds him that he runs a rescue team, not a kill squad. So I guess the writer forgot the army gives orders, not requests.
Just doesn't make sense.
Then the general briefing Dutch tells him that Dylan's going with the team, and Dutch is pissed.
Why would he be mad that his friend was going?
Well, because it would cause problems about who's in charge. If Dylan overrides his orders in the field, his soldiers would have to decide who to listen to, which could get him killed or in trouble once the mission's over.
I wouldn't wish that on a broke dick dog.
But they get dropped in the other country and immediately find another helicopter that was shot down.
Because nobody with a name was on it?
Exactly.
Some people count, some people don't.
Dylan and the translator Poncho check it out to find 2 people shot in the head.
No sport.
Poncho tells Dutch about the dead guys, and also thinks that the helicopter was there for surveillance, not rescue. Then Dylan catches up with him, and he shuts up. Billy, their tracker, tells him that he not only found tracks from the rebels, but also army boot prints too. So Dutch asks Dylan about it, but he just acts like they could have shipped them by Amazon or some shit.
I guess they're getting better equipped every day.
So Dutch has Billy go ahead and look around some more. He stops off for a little sucky before he hears something.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Then he goes up a hill and finds 3 dead bodies that have been skinned.
Whoever hit it stripped the shit out of it.
Mac finds dog tags, and now they know other American soldiers were sent in, instead of poor rebel guerrilla soldiers with Prime Express delivery. And they weren't just any soldiers, but Green Berets. So Dutch knows that they aren't just up against some poorly trained nobodies like the general claimed.
Truth hasn't been very popular lately.
He confronts Dylan, who's like, "Nobody told me shit." And he's like, "Okay." And they go ahead towards the hostage camp. On the way, Dylan falls and makes a bunch of noise, so Mac threatens to murder him if he does it again.
None of them got a prayer whipping me.
They get to the camp just as somebody happens to execute one of the hostages, so they have to go in immediately.
Come on, do it now!
The plan is to go in and get the hostages and then blow up the fuel in the camp. Billy and Poncho take out one of the guards who was just chilling having a cigarette. Then Mac whistles at another.
Hey, Sarah.
And the guard just leans over, neck exposed, to check out the very human sound.
She hot?
Dutch goes into the camp and signals for everybody to wait, because he saw he could use this crappy old truck and a bomb to take out a bunch of guys. So they blow up and they die.
We got those bastards.
Then they pretty much shoot up the whole camp, except this one person who tries to sneak up on Dutch, but he just knocks her the fuck out. So Mac comes in and lets him know that the other hostage is dead, but he doesn't say whether the guerrillas did it, or if it was them spraying the village with bullets, or tossing grenades in buildings all willy-nilly.
Not rescue!
But Mac tells Dutch that they weren't politicians, but CIA agents, which Dutch should have already figured out, since the guy he saw get shot was wearing camo. Then Dylan goes rifling through papers that managed to somehow not get blown up, and he's so excited by the papers that he barely got to glance over that he doesn't notice how pissed off Dutch is, and brags about how important they are.
You never were that smart.
So they yell at each other, and Dylan tells his friend that he wouldn't really care if he died, and that he had to lie to him to get him to do the mission.
You're being a really bad friend.
You bad friend!
Then Dylan says that they're kidnapping the chick that Dutch knocked out, and his only problem with this is that she might give away their position.
Okay.
They find out that a bunch of more soldiers are coming, so the helicopter won't pick them up, and there's only one way to get to the new extraction point, which is by walking a long-ass way through a valley.
This is the worst place to be.
Okay,
it's the kill box, okay? This is where you go to die.
So it's a damn shame that they blew up the perfectly good helicopter that was in the camp.
I really blew it.
While they're walking, Billy suddenly stops and just stares at some trees. So Dutch has everybody stay back to see what's up.
Man's losing. He's losing his cool.
Then Dylan takes this time to force Poncho to watch the prisoner chick, even though he's taking up the rear and supposed to be watching their backs. So he turns his back on her, and she uses this opportunity to grab a branch. And when he turns back to her, she gives him a little smile, then bashes him in the face and fucks off.
Do you think you could have found something bigger?
Dutch sends their comms guy Hawkins to chase her down, but once he catches her, something pops out of the trees, and he dies.
Oh, there's the money shot, baby.
Then this thing, that just looks like badly photoshopped pictures of the jungle, drags his body away, but leaves the prisoner chick alone.
I wouldn't kill a helpless human being.
Then Poncho catches up with her and sees that she's covered in blood, so he follows the blood trail to find Hawkins' intestines.
I spilled his guts.
The rest catch up, and she tells him that the jungle killed him, but Dylan respectfully disagrees.
Bullshit!
Sounds like a damn monster movie.
He thinks the gorillas are nearby, but Dutch points out that they would have taken Hawkins' military crap instead of his body.
What are you gonna do with them?
The aliens abused him sexually.
They want to take his body home for a proper burial, so they spread out to look for it. But don't look up, where he's hanging by his feet, booty-ass naked.
Shot me in the dick! Ah! I gotta get my dick sewn back on!
Then this dude Blaine hears something, but it turns out just to be a skunk, which blows up. Then he gets a laser to the chest, and he dies.
I was killing guys like this 10 years ago with my bare hands!
Mac runs over and sees a funhouse mirror figure that's flashing green eyes, so he starts blasting. It fucks off, but he did hit it, and the blood is as green as the ooze that mutated the Ninja Turtles.
Gnarly!
The rest of them get there and just start shooting too, not knowing what the hell they're shooting at or where they should be aiming.
What makes you think he's gonna come in through here?
But even after they've all ran out of bullets, Mac still won't let go of the trigger. He finally does, but can't tell him what he saw. They check out Blaine's body and realize they've never seen wounds like this before, but the prisoner chick is the only one who noticed the blood and touches it. Then when Dylan tells her to move, she just wipes it on her pants instead of pointing out the weird-ass glowing Mountain Dew blood.
I ain't got time to bleed.
They go up a hill and take camp, where they put booby traps up. Then Mac tells him, with as much as he shot the wiggly magnifying glass person, that he should have been able to kill it, so he thinks it's an alien. And since he's obviously still freaked out and kind of in shock, Dutch has him take the first watch.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
And after he leaves, Poncho asks the prisoner chick what she saw, because obviously, she has no reason to lie to him.
They killed all my friends.
They ask Billy, because he's been acting all weird, and he's like, there's something out there that's gonna kill all of us, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. But Dylan's like, I'm sure it's just some kid gorilla soldier that can be so quick that a trained specialist soldier will just see a glimpse of him and completely lose his shit.
Jesus, this guy's good.
And this soldier can also get out of the way of hundreds of rounds sprayed in his direction and slip away without a trace. Simple.
I'm magic now.
You've told me a bunch of stories where someone shot at a lot and is completely fine.
Well, it only works if it's a main character. Otherwise, it's stupid. Like at the camp, when the team was getting shot at from all directions, and only Blaine got a scratch. That's plot armor.
Not a scratch, not a fucking scratch.
But if it's some nameless weirdo, it clearly has to be something supernatural.
It ain't no man.
Anyway, the others try and fail to sleep while Mac's keeping watch. Then in the middle of the night, one of the security flares goes off, and he gets jumped. Everybody comes running while he's stabbing the shit out of it, but it turns out just to be a pig.
I know how to wrestle a pig.
Then they realize they left the prisoner chick alone and run back. But she didn't try to get away, but looks really freaked out again. So Billy lets him know that whatever killed Blaine came back and stole his body while they were pig hunting.
Goodbye, bro.
Dutch asks the prisoner what she saw again, in English this time, and she understands. Turns out, she understood him this whole time, and tells him that her name's Anna, and that whatever killed their friends was like a chameleon.
Not invisibility per se.
Dutch cuts her free, and tells her that they need to work together if they're gonna beat this thing. Dylan's pissed because they need to move fast to get to the extraction point, but Dutch thinks they'll all die if they don't work together. So they set up even more booby traps, except Dylan, who just stands around criticizing people and keeps saying he wants to go.
But earlier, Dylan overruled Dutch.
Well, he's willing to risk the ass kicking if it means they're all gonna live.
I may not have expendable.
But he eventually pitches in, and they set up one spot that looks easier to get in, and set up better hidden traps there. Then they just sit and wait, for like 5 minutes. Then Dutch risks setting one off to see if he can spot anything weird.
But if they're being watched by something that's practically invisible, why wouldn't they think it knows about the trap?
Shut up, they cover the traps with leaves and shit.
So what are you gonna try next, cheese?
But as Dutch is about to turn around, the trap behind him sets off, and captures a figure covered in leaves and a net. Then it blows up, and the chameleon monster gets loose. It blasts a limb and takes out Poncho, then goes to pose in a tree.
Such a poser.
Suddenly, it becomes not camouflaged, and they see that it's an alien. Nana confirms that an old lady in her village says that it's been coming to hunt in this area for years, but only in the warmest years. Then after everybody gets a good look at it, it fucks off.
Ghosting us, motherfucker.
Mac chases after it, and Dylan and Dutch have a conversation about who should go after the guy currently sprinting after an alien that can travel through trees.
Watch that ash.
Dylan goes to find where Mac stopped to strip, then he hears him whispering in one direction, but Mac grabs him from a different one, and points out the predator that's been stalking him in the tree. Apparently, it can mimic their voices.
Bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here.
So Dylan goes to flank him so he can chase him towards Mac. But as Mac gets in position, he sees a laser sight on his arm, so he stupidly puts his head up and gets shot in the head, and he dies.
You out of your mind?
Dylan circles back to check on Mac and finds his body. Then hears the alien whispering to him, so he knows he's about to be super dead.
I'll bleed you. Real quiet. Leave you here.
He looks up and sees its eyes flash. Then he gets hit with a laser and his arm falls off. Then it jumps down, claws him in the chest, and he dies.
Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Meanwhile, the rest of them are trying to get Poncho, who has some serious internal injuries from taking a big-ass branch to the stomach, to the extraction point. As Dutch grabs him, he drops his gun. Then Dutch tells Anna not to pick it up, because he thinks the alien didn't kill her when he had the opportunity to twice because she didn't have a weapon.
I will not fire on helpless people.
Why do any of them still have weapons?
Well, it already saw them with it, so he figures they're already tagged for death.
It's too late for that.
So he's really surprised that Billy throws his weapon in the creek after he hears Dylan die. Dutch calls for him to go with him as he strips, but Billy's decided to stay behind to guard their escape, and does not care what his boss says.
How is he supposed to guard their escape if he isn't armed?
Well, he did throw his gun away, but he kept his knife.
Oh, that's smart. He can keep it hidden until it gets near him, and then take it by surprise.
Well, that's one way to go, but he goes another direction. He takes out the knife, cuts his own chest, and gets killed pretty much immediately.
Well, I guess that's one way to go.
And since the others see it as Billy's still letting out his death scream, it really didn't hold him off for very long.
What was the point?
Then it shoots Poncho in the head, and he dies. Anna then picks up the gun and tries to shoot it, but Dutch kicks it out of her hand, and she fucks off. He shoots at it, but gets hit in the gun and knocked on his ass. He tells Anna to get to the extraction point.
Get to the chopper!
And goes another direction, right off a cliff.
Bad idea.
Then down a waterfall, where he eventually swims to shore. But while laying there exhausted from trying not to drown, the predator lands in the water and comes after him like the shark from Jaws. He drags himself up the hill, getting covered in mud, and then as it starts to get out of the water, he realizes he doesn't have any weapons, so he just hangs on and prepares to die. But it can't seem to find him, and just shoots this possum-looking thing. And that's when he realizes the mud kept it from seeing him because of his body heat. So he comes up with a plan and sets up all new booby traps, but walks around with parts of his skin exposed. You'd think he'd kick that shit all over him.
How could he be sure about that? It could have just not killed him because he didn't have a weapon.
Well, Anna didn't have a weapon and it didn't kill her, although it could just not kill women.
Is it sexist to hit you? Is it more sexist to not hit you?
But really, the predator's gone back to Billy's body to rip out his spine and hold it up in victory.
Why? Is there another one out there that he's showing off his kill to?
Well, the old woman from Anna's village called it
the demon who makes trophies of man.
Well, you must be very proud of yourself.
Just that idiot licking his nuts again.
As it gets dark, Dutch is almost ready. He set his traps, made a bow and arrow, and even made some explosives out of his remaining bullets. And if you didn't know that they were setting up for a fight to the death, you'd almost think that he was trying to set the mood for a date. He's getting a last-minute workout in so he looks good naked. He's putting his makeup on, and he's setting a nice fire.
Tonight is right for love. You know I wanna touch you where the lights don't go. Tonight is right for love. Love gravy.
But wouldn't the predator notice a fire?
It would, but it's a little busy steaming his skull collection.
What are you gonna do with them?
Fuck the brain hole.
But Dutch gets his attention by lighting a smaller fire and letting out a Tarzan scream. Then he throws down his handmade torch and sets a small portion of the jungle on fire.
That's crazy.
Well, he needs to screw up his heat vision.
Yeah, but what if the fire burned faster than he expected and it burned him up?
Well, then he would just be happy that it got the predator too.
It can jump from trees and sees heat. It would have a hell of a lot better chance of getting out of there than Dutch would.
Look, he knows what he's doing. He's up in a tree watching the fire when the predator jumps down like right next to him.
Oh, shit.
So he swings on a vine to another tree and it can't see shit. So Dutch shoots an arrow that blows up right in front of it.
How about the light?
Then the predator starts shooting randomly and eventually hits Dutch's tree and knocks him on his ass. But the explosion short-circuited the predator's suit, and now it can't go invisible. Dutch then throws a javelin at it, and this also blows up for some reason. So now the predator's hurt, and he follows the Nickelodeon slime blood trail.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
But he goes too far, and it slips down behind him, so he sets off one of his leaf bombs and fucks off. But he falls in the water, washing all the mud that's been caked on him for hours off in just a few seconds. So it finds him immediately.
Damn, that dude cleans so good.
But instead of killing him, it just stabs right next to his head to intimidate him. Then it picks him up, pins him against a rock, and checks out his skull.
But you have actually excellent bone structure there.
Then it lets him go, walks away, disarms, and takes off its mask. Dutch calls him ugly, which really pisses him off, and he's like, "Come at me, bro!" So Dutch tries to hit him with a big-ass branch, but immediately realizes that he's broken the rules, and the predator wants to beat him mano a mano.
This is a sport of death and honor. Go to the gladiators!
So the Predator bitch slaps him into next Tuesday, and he tries to run away like a little bitch. It grabs his leg, so he punches it in the face. Then it slaps him around a little more and knocks him away like, go ahead, try and run. Then it chases him down and knocks the shit out of him. He crawls away, and it follows slowly, but reveals that it still has knives attached to his arm.
Cheater!
Well, Dutch is cheating too, because he crawled back to where his booby traps are.
This is war.
Then, it just sits there yelling for it to kill him, but it's not buying any of his crap, and fucks off to find another way around. But when it thinks it has Dutch, he springs another trap, and it drops a tree trunk on his head.
Well, that hit the spot.
He realizes that it's not dead, and is about to smash it with a rock, but wants to know what the fuck it is. So he asks,
What the hell are you?
That's a misrepresentation of my vagina.
but it just repeats what he said back to him, puts some code in his armband, and starts laughing his ass off.
Now, what's so funny?
It started a countdown, which Dutch finally realizes once it's on the last screen, so he runs his ass off. And the Predator explodes in a blast big enough that they can see this big-ass cloud of smoke from the helicopter. They get down there to see that everything in the area was burnt to a crisp. Well, everything except Dutch, who's just standing there in the middle of it. So they pick him up and go home. And apparently they're just gonna kidnap on him.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make jokes.
You're not going yet.
There is something else.
Come on. Do it. Do it! Come on. Come on. Come on! Do it now! What do you need us for?
Because some damn fool accused you of being the best.
No deal.
Jeez, you got a big pussy.
Tonight is right for love. Love, great.